I'll consume a lot of information in the news or through things I read and relate to these different stories that that happen on a societal level, and just kind of internalize that and represent that. So there is an aspect of this multiple self thing that has been happening every time I do multiple self portraits, like with built-in obsolescence or shelf lives, those series, because you, as much as you're looking at yourself, you painting yourself, you drawing yourself, particularly the portrait, there is no way you're gonna get it to look exactly the same. Even if I was painting from a photograph and the thing was a still image, I could never paint it the same. And I'm painting myself from a mirror, and that's usually quite difficult to maintain the same stance throughout a 3-hour painting or more hour painting. So there is this multiplicity of maybe personalities that come out in each self-portrait that I do, and I guess that was also being explored with the more linear pieces. So for these works, I'm working with acrylic paint on plastic, and these specific works came out of finding lamination cards, not knowing that they were lamination cards. And so I did these paintings on plastic bags and then eventually cut them out and put them underneath the sleeve of the laminate card. And then after finding out it was laminate cards, I laminated them. And it's interesting for me to do that as a part of my process, because I'm always really interested in temporality and how painting on a plastic bag or a plastic surface usually results in the work degrading or painting falling apart or the material degrading if it's a biodegradable plastic. So I'm in a spot right now where I'm just experimenting with this new material and thinking about what it means to preserve something that normally I'm used to it falling apart. So in some ways I'm thinking about self-preservation or just preservation in general, and not necessarily, well, thinking about self-preservation and then also thinking about how does the physical work itself get preserved over time in a way that I've never really explored before. I tend to work in various fields, I guess. I do a lot of drawing, I do a lot of painting, I do installation. So it's not unusual for me to kind of cross-read these kinds of things. And I guess I was also interested in exploring certain things that came out of a show that we did at NLS called Insights, where I was drawing these portraits with ink, marker ink, on plastic bags, and there was an interesting thing that happened when the portraits got overlaid. Even though they were filled with air, you could see through and you could see the multiple portraits kind of interweaving. So I was kind of interested in picking that up in a couple of the works in this show, and just bridging a relationship between the more solid corporeal painting versus this kind of intangible kind of portrait with the lines interlocking and yeah.